Hello, this is Bill Pennock, and week one post-surgery. I posted a pre-surgery video with some of the things that I was doing to get prepared, and then last Thursday I actually had the surgery, and we're now Friday, a week later. So I'll tell you my experience about the week. I woke up from the surgery, which was I guess about 2 hours. Woke up from the surgery with this fairly elaborate sling on. Bragg, this is just the one they gave me, but I was happy because I have seen ones that only have this strap and don't have this lower strap around here to hold it down away from your neck, and that apparently gets quite strong on your neck and hurts. So I'm very happy that this is the one they fitted me with. If they had not, I'd already checked out how much they were, and they're like 39 bucks. So if your doctor is going to fit you with one without this strap under the arm, I would suggest going out and buying your own. At any rate, when I woke up, this was on, and my hand, which I knew would happen, but my hand was my entire arm was had a nerve block up here, so it was dead, and my hand literally was just hanging, and I couldn't do anything with it at all. But I was pain-free because there was no nerve endings in there that were working. So they said that would last anywhere from 24 to 36 hours, could be even as little as 12, or as much as 48. But it all depends on, I guess your metabolism and how well they hit it. I don't know, all kinds of things. In my case, that lasted through till 9 o'clock the following night. And during that time, I felt fine. I was able to eat normally. I think I slept that first night pretty well, actually. The weirdest part was when I got dressed, I couldn't put this shirt on underneath the sling. I put it on over the sling. So this ball that basically you can hold on to and kind of helps you do something with your hand was sticking out and made me whenever I would look down, I would think that's my hand, and I would reach down to touch my thumb or something like that, and of course it wasn't there, and I had to go down and find it down below. So, and then I sometimes would put my hand back up here, but it didn't stay. So, and that's another thing that happens, is that ball comes out all the time. Little things. So at any rate, about 9 o'clock the following night, the block came off. One of the things that they did warn me about was that there might be swelling in my hand, and there was swelling in the index finger and my thumb, to the point where neither one of them wanted to close. So as the block came off, that became something I felt, and so I found myself spending a lot of time over the next about 3 hours, from 9 to about 1, just flexing my hand to try to get that swelling down, and it came down pretty quickly. So literally just worked it. But of course the pain started happening, and so I didn't get a great sleep that night. But I did get some. Probably I got 4 hours, maybe 4.5 hours. So the following day, I really didn't do anything. I'm kind of a workaholic, so I work every single day, and usually for anywhere from 6 to 12 hours. So the following day and the next day, though, I didn't do any work at all. I was on a little bit of hydroxycodone, whatever it is, and so one of the lower grade opiate things for the pain, and I was able to sleep relatively well those nights. The ice pack that I showed you in the pre-video worked really well. I can't really put it on quite the same way with the sling on. I haven't tried putting it on before I put the sling on. That might work, but it seems to go on fine and sit where I need it well enough that that it's able to keep my shoulder in less pain. So let me see. Those nights, I'd probably get a good night's sleep, and then the next night not so good, and then night good and not so good. I started work again. Surgery was on Thursday. I started actually working again, working from home, of course with COVID, but I work from home anyway. Tuesday of the following week, and or this week actually that I'm doing this, and I've been at it pretty well for maybe 4 to 6 hours a day since then. Food's gone down fine. I did, because I was on the heavy duty medicine, the opioid type medicine for pain. I did take some stool softeners, and those worked fine as well. In fact, I took them a little too much, and they worked a little too fine one day. But all in all, things have been pretty good. I keep the sling on 24/7. They want me to keep it as immobile as possible. So the sling is on, and I can move my elbow around, but they don't want me moving the shoulder so it moves my elbow anywhere away from my body. So either out like that, or forward, or back. They don't want me to doing that, and they actually don't want me doing that for, ready, 12 weeks. The sling stays on for anywhere between 4 and 6 weeks, but after that they still want me only doing passive range of motion in the shoulder area for another 6 weeks, 6 or 8 weeks, depending on when I take the sling off. So that one's going to be challenging to refrain from doing. The doctor did show me the videos of the surgery, not videos, but pictures, still shots from the little bitty camera they have in there, which it just does a little circle thing, a circle picture. And so he showed me where they shaved off the bottom of the acromion because that had spurs on it, which can dig into your muscles and hurt. And then shaved off a little bit of other bone that might be impinging on something. Apparently these are all very standard things that they do. They did find it was a total tear of the tendon across the top, and then they also found that the long head of the bicep tendon, which is one of the two places that the bicep attaches to your bone, was just trashed. And he showed it to me, and it was a mess. So they actually disconnected that, and it turns out that that part of your bicep doesn't really do that much for you. And to prove it, he said John Elway had his on his throwing arm disconnected due to injury on one of the years before he won a Super Bowl. So apparently they're right; it doesn't really do that much. The bicep is connected at the other location, so apparently that takes care of it. But that was interesting. During the course of this, I got an app called Complete Anatomy 2020, and I did a trial on it, and then it was $34 to do it for the whole year. So I loved that idea, because what it does, it starts out, you look at a screen with a skeleton on it, and then you can just outward pinch to focus in on a certain area, and you can turn it. You can turn that skeleton any direction you want. So I could look down on the shoulder as if I was looking from here, and then you can layer on the muscles and the connective tissue all independently. So you can do the connective tissue and see it without the muscles. Then you can do the muscles without the connective tissue in the way, and you can do it in layers so that you can see the ones underneath, and then the next one, all where they go, what they connect to, their names. You can even touch one and then hit a button called motion, and it'll show you what motions that particular muscle controls. So it's pretty phenomenal if you're like me, that are just intensely curious about any of this stuff. I know some people don't want to know; they want their doctor to know, and that's it, and that's fine. I wouldn't recommend this app for them, But if you are one of those intensely curious people, this thing even has throughout the body the lymph system, the blood system, all the arteries and veins, the heart, all the organs, the nerves, where the nerves go. It's pretty amazing. And if, for instance, if you have back pain, you can really get a good idea of what the doctor's telling you. If he's telling you a nerve is pinched here and here or whatever, and what that nerve goes to, it can give you a much better understanding of what's going on in your own body. So I recommend that app a lot. I think it's awesome. I recommended it to the doctor, and he may be getting it so that he can use it with his patients in explaining things. Let me see. So as the week wore on, the pain got a little bit less. Yesterday I did not do I'm supposed to do passive exercises with this, which is I take the sling off and I lean way over. I'll do it with this arm and just rock it back and forth without using the muscles of my shoulder at all. That's just to keep range of motion. And I did not do that yesterday, and I felt it. I'm pretty sure that was the problem. I felt it all night. It was a very uncomfortable night. So that was a nice reminder to keep that shoulder moving. Other than that, I think that's about all I know right now. It's going to be a road to recovery. I start physical therapy a week from this coming Monday. I will report back a week from now, and if there's anything going on, it might not be a big report then. I'm not sure, but I will at least let you know what's going on, and hopefully these videos will help people who are facing a similar surgery to know what they're getting into in advance and make it easier to get through it. So it's a heck of a lot easier so far than my total knee replacement, but it's certainly no picnic. So anyway, thank you much, and I look forward to talking to you next week.